All right. So happy Monday and welcome to another episode of Milk Minutes brought to you by the Healthy Start Center for Urban Breastfeeding, also known as the CUB. So this month, I am so excited because we are here and we have our regular host, the CUB Program Manager, Kemarra Moses, as this month's guest.
Hello.
So she has recently returned back to work after her maternity leave. She had her first child. So it only makes sense that we get to use this time to talk about life after maternity leave. We're so thankful to see that she was able to take that time off and now for her to get back to work. And so now we're going to get an opportunity to just hear about this experience for her and all of the new things about becoming a mommy. So welcome back, Kemarra.
Thank you. Thank you. It feels good to be back.
You are so welcome. We're happy to have you. So first, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. Like I'm finally getting a little bit adjusted to my regular schedule. So I'm feeling good.
That's
It feels
good.
kind of crazy to be on the opposite side of this. So I'm enjoying it. It's something different.
Yes, and you have so much to share because I feel like there's nothing better than like the personal experiences and the stories that we can share. And you look amazing.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. So we'll get right into it. So can you tell us a little bit, how is mommyhood? How did it feel to be on the other side of that 40-ish week time frame while baby was brewing?
I'm loving it so far. I'm definitely enjoying this journey. It has been a journey, I can say. It's like like one day you just wake up and your whole life is different. So it can be a lot to adjust to, but I really have the support that I need. My fiance, my family, they've been A1. So motherhood so far has been great for me.
Yes, the village, right? It's so
Mhm.
important.
Definitely. I had to get used to the sleepless nights. That was hard to get adjusted to, but other than that, we're rocking
Mhm.
out.
I always say those first 2 weeks are like, it's just like a blur, you just do it. Like, let's just make it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like you're like, oh my God, where am I? Am I up? Am I asleep? Like what's happening? Like, you don't know.
Yeah. So the big question, so you're a first time mom, so first time breastfeeding. We want to talk a little bit about that first latch. So can you share with your experience post labor and delivery and that moment that you latched the baby?
Okay, so my first time latching, it was different than what I expected. I went in thinking like, oh, okay, I'm a CLC, like I have this knowledge. It's gonna be like kind of easy. Like I know how to hold them. I was thinking piece of cake. But when you're literally doing it hands-on your first time and he's trying to get used to me, I'm getting used to him, it was a little bit difficult. And then I had to be induced. So my milk didn't come in right away. So I had to use the syringe method at first. But once we got past that and he latched, it was like really nice. But it took a minute. It wasn't right away.
hmm So just for some folks that may not be familiar, can you talk about the syringe method that you had to do?
Yeah, so it was like when you hand express to try to get your colostrum out, the first initial milk is the colostrum. So it's kind of like thick in substance. So you just take a syringe that they give you, is like 1 cc, and you hand express your breast and you just take the syringe and take the milk that's coming out on your breast and just pull it in the syringe and then put it in the baby's mouth and feed them the colostrum like that.
Wow. What a champ you are, mom. Because I know that's not easy, right?
No, it wasn't. And it can be a little discouraging too, because you're thinking, like, why is my milk not coming in? But you just have to be patient with yourself. Know that, he's getting used to you, like I said. Um, and everybody's a little bit different. So
Yes.
it was a journey.
Yes. No baby, no birth experience is the same. So
Right.
that's good that you were encouraging yourself and reminding yourself because that's so important. So the next big thing, you start your maternity leave and now you've returned to work and you're adjusting to that work-life balance. So can you talk a little bit how you're managing that? And you touched on it a little bit. So since you're managing it, what kind of support is also helping you to be able to manage that?
Coming back to work, honestly, I can say was, even though it's been still virtual, like I'm still in a home setting, it's been challenging to say the least. My milk supply dropped so fast, it was crazy. And I was like, what the heck? And I kind of underestimated keeping myself on a schedule prior to like actually going to work, like kind of getting my body ready for that. I didn't really prep my body for it how I should have. So coming back to work was hard to manage a little bit in the aspect of keeping my supply up. But with my support, my mom comes, my fiance's sister comes to help me. So they'll come to the house while I'm at work just to be here with him, so I can have that focus in time. But definitely, I will say anybody who's going back to work, please like get your body prepped for it beforehand if you don't want to experience that drop or decrease in your milk supply.
So I want to kind of ask a little more about how you think about preparing your body. So what kind of things do you think would be helpful for people to prepare?
Just like if you're initiating the bottle, that was my big thing, was initiating bottle, because we was just strictly doing latching breast, skin to skin. So initiating that a little bit beforehand so he can get used to it, as well as allowing someone else to feed him. I think I was a little bit stingy with him at first. So I was the main source of food. So it took a little while for him to get adjusted to other people feeding him as well. And then just pumping, having a supply in the freezer already reserved for you. Keeping that alarm on your phone. Do not let it slip to the wayside. Just keep it on your phone. Like you have to pump every 2 hours. Just excuse yourself and just do it. Even if you can't do it for the full 15 minutes, just try to do something. So that's something to think about.
No, that's good because you already have a lot on your mind as a new mom. You're learning your baby. So I wanted to pull a little more so people watching can actually think of like, what can I do to help myself? So that was really helpful.
Yeah.
So can you talk about some surprises maybe that you experienced? People give you so much advice when you're expecting, but there's just some things that until you go through it, you're like, dang, why didn't no one say that? So can you share any of those kind of things?
I wouldn't say like I really prepared myself. So I did like the research. I looked on all the videos. I really prepared myself for the overall journey. But being firsthand, and in my first surprise, I will say, or like I was taken back, was back to the latching. Being that he wasn't latching at first, you're thinking like, okay, I'm going to be gentle with my baby, but the nurses sometimes are not that gentle. They're like, no, let's get him on there. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. He's only like 4 hours old. Relax. So you get a little bit like, geez. So that was like, I was a little bit surprised with that, because one of the nurses was just like, you have to be comfortable. They're not as fragile as you think. And you, in your mind, you're like, he's so tiny. Like, I don't want to hurt him. So like just their firmness or aggression towards it kind of was like a little surprising, but it works,
Yep, you gotta stuff it in there. It is not a
like,
gentle pop.
yeah. And they'll be like trying to nod over on it, and you're just like, okay, trying to help them. They're like, come on, let's, like you got to help them with the process. So pop it in there.
Yes. That is so true. And I've heard that before. So no, you're because they're tiny, right? You're like, oh, I don't wanna, but no, you gotta kind of let them know this is how you do it.
This is how you do it. And like, let me show you the way. It's right here. Come on. So that was my first initial surprise. And then my second will be recently. I mean, you hear the stories about, like, you know, you watch things, because I was the last of the Mohegans of my friends that didn't have children, of those blowout diapers.
Ooh,
I'm telling you, when you experience it for yourself, you're like, what the heck? Like, you know, why did you do this to me? Why?
as soon
You
as you
know?
put new clothes on them, right?
Right. So that was another one. Those blowout diapers are real. Up the back, out the sides. And you're
Mhm.
just like, okay, great.
Like,
But
where
I
were you
still,
holding all of that at?
yeah, why? As soon as we went outside, really?
It's
So,
good luck. That's how you make yourself feel better. Okay, I'll take that good luck. That's what you're
right,
giving me. Nope.
right.
That's so true. There is no, you can't explain it until it's yours. Like, and it's never a perfect time, but you
Never.
made it through, right?
Yep, I'm here. We're both still here. We're still alive. We making it through.
Yeah. So, what would you say has been the best support that you've received so far? And what advice do you have for new parents?
Um, I would honestly say, like, not even to sound cliche or anything, but just working for this organization overall has been so helpful. Like, the resources, there's like some of my coworkers that I work with has been giving me, like, oh, do you know this person, this pediatrician, giving me their old supplies that they had that their baby outgrew. So it's just been like the support of this, like, organization overall has been so helpful. And then just knowing that I can call in anonymously on the latch line, like, hey, quick question, you know, call the latch line and they'll be there anytime. I would say that's the biggest one so far, besides my family.
That's so good. And then
So, yeah, to new parents, I will say it's important to, like, call the latch line, know about us. And I went to, like, a local hospital, so that our resources was there too.
that's it. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, there's so many people who I know I've personally spoken to as well who say without the latch line, they don't know what they would do. So that is most definitely, that's what we're here for, right? That's why we have Milk Minutes, so that we can continue to
Definitely.
talk about, you know, the importance and the support that people can have when it comes to breastfeeding and all of the work that Healthy Start, you know, does in the community. So you know, like you said, not cliche, it's just real. I know when I started here, I was like, where were you all? I wish I knew. So
Right.
yes, that's
I was like, this came right on time. Like, I'm so glad that I have this resource, because I tell my friends about it, my family,
Mhm.
like, call in, here's the number right here. Let me send it to you right now. So
Yes.
it's definitely been a lifesaver and gave me a little bit of more reassurance that, like, this is going to be okay. We're going to make it through, even through those hard times.
Yes. Well, this was so good and such a pleasure to talk with you today. It's been an honor to fill in for you while you've been out. And so I am also happily returning the reins to you, Kemarra. So everyone, make sure you are tuning in to Milk
Mhm.
Minutes. We go live every month on the fourth Monday on the Healthy Start PGH Facebook page at 6 o'clock. And also to remember, contact Kemarra and the Healthy Start Center for Urban Breastfeeding, aka the CUB. So when you hear the CUB, that's what we're talking about. And we have certified lactation counselors available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can give us a call at 412-545-2022. Select option 1, leave a message, and they will get right back to you. And with that, we will catch you all in August for our next episode of Milk Minutes. So thank you, Kemarra.
Thank you.